Hello and welcome to Hits in History. Today's song, Smooth, starring Carlos Santana and Rob Thomas. Let's go back to October 1999. What was happening in the world at this time? Well, the world population had just reached 6 billion people, and the New York Yankees in baseball had just won their second consecutive World Series, beating the Atlanta Braves. Well, when we talk about smooth, we have to talk about Carlos Santana. Persistence is the word that comes to mind. Remember, Carlos Santana had been performing music for at least 30 years at this time. He had done Woodstock, remember, in the late 60s. So this was his chance to reach the #1 spot with the help of Rob Thomas. We have to go back to the early 1990s when Carlos Santana was touring with his friend Jeff Beck, absolutely fed up with his record contract. So Carlos Santana calls his friend Clive Davis and says, "Clive, I want out of my record contract." Clive says, "Great, call me once the record contract has finished." Carlos does that. Clive and Carlos sit down and put together a new record deal, and they get together with a guy named Ital Shure and Rob Thomas. Ital and Rob were actually neighbors. They sat down and wrote this song in one day. Now, when Rob Thomas went to record the vocals, he showed up at the record studio completely unaware of the fact that Carlos Santana and the rest of the group were there. Rob eventually sits down and starts recording the vocals, and he looks over and sees Carlos Santana and the rest of the group jamming together, and he can't believe it. He says, "Here I am, jamming with Carlos Santana." Well, they recorded the song in 2 takes. Remember, Carlos Santana has one of the best session musicians in the world. That's the story today. That's the story behind Hits in History. This song spent 30 weeks in the top 10 in the United States. Thanks for watching.